Hello there guys and gals, and welcome to the final chapter 6 of Danganronpa. Immediately, sorry, as we're going to get quite into straight away, interact with the door and then speak to Kyoko. So again, yes, but apologies about that, kind of getting straight into it there. So examine the door, speak to Kyoko, examine the door again, and we can get the hell on out of there and really begin to understand what in the absolute titty bag ball bag is going on and who is behind the whole thing. This is chapter 6. Well, since I apparently couldn't get a proper intro going, hello there guys and gals, welcome to chapter 6 of Dang Da Da Dong Ding Dong Ding Dong. And, Danganronpa. See, I couldn't even pronounce it properly if I wanted to. That's my English, by the way. Getting this, holy crap, okay, so we're seeing right up Kyoko's skirt then, as a beginning of the chapter. Well, if you're a perv, then you're in luck, apparently. But yes, so this is where we finally find out what the hell's going on in the school, what's happened with everything, and who is behind the mysterious Monokuma. But for now, it's a long introduction, it's a long sort of cutscene revealing what Kyoko's doing. So, well, enjoy.
Wrong. However, So... Right. That's right.
Also, just to let you know, there's no free time, there's no daily life, so we're going to be getting the rest of the free time in school mode, of course. This is literally just an investigation for about half hour, and then we've got 2 class trials to prepare for. So, when we get up here, we're going to speak to Kyoko one more time.
Listen. So then, in other words... However... So... Right. Indeed.
And of course, since nobody knows that we didn't die yet, this will be a treat for everyone. Hi everyone. So what we're going to do then, we're going to head straight to the gym now to confront Monokuma. So of course on the first floor, nip to the gym. And instead of doing a nice workout protein style with Sakura, because of course she is long dead, we're going to call out Monokuma on the last trial, basically being a complete and utter fraud, and he's going to be fuming because we're supposed to be dead, which, yeah, I can understand, but unlucky Maka.
Right. However... Because, in other words... However... Right. Indeed. Am I wrong? Listen to me.
Well?
Indeed. Listen to me. Hey. It's time for one last showdown. Hey.
Barrett! What's wrong?
In other words...
You guys! I can bear... You got...
It's true.
You guys!
Hey,
What's wrong?
hey, listen.
Now I'm... Hey!
Hey,
Always a nice start to someone's day to piss them right off, huh? Right, so, since that's not happening, what we're going to do then is go ahead and speak to Kyoko here. And we are going to pursue the option, let down their guard. So it should pop up right roughly a boit noi. Again, getting my Northern Irish in there. A boit noi, there it is. Let down their guard then. And after this, we can just head straight to that dining hall.
indeed. However, in other words, it's true. Makoto. In other words, at the very least, indeed. Right. It's true. Indeed. In other words, however, wrong. Whew. However, correct. Hey. Anyway.
So let's go ahead and do that thing. So, obviously, still on the first floor. The dining hall is there. We can go, even though it has no exclamation mark. And what we're going to do then, of course, is speak to Kyoko again. Well, after Monokuma comes and basically loses his head. See what you can do when you're not supposed to die? You really mess with people's head. Or if you do die, you come back as a ghost. Oh, look! Everyone's happy to see us. In Bayakuma is happy to see us too.
What? What the heck?
And, of course, because I smell, nobody gives a crap anymore. Right, well, thanks. Love you guys too. Right, let us go ahead and speak to Kyoko again. We've got a couple of things to pursue. The first one will be what I have to tell you all. There it is.
In other words,
How about that?
wrong.
I see.
That's right. However.
What?
However. Correct.
Naturally. Don't be mean!
Anyway.
And next up, we are going to pursue can't agree. So remember, press the Y button there, and then the A button, and can I agree?
I see. So, in other words... That's right.
No way!
Indeed.
What? But... At this point, the killing game has look wherever you want.
That's fine. In the name of my family. Goodbye.
Hey!
Indeed.
You know?
Just a second.
How about that?
But, I mean... Huh? But...
So now it's just me and Kyoko, once again, on a romantic killing game. I'll take it off or I'll break it off. Futurama reference that time. Anyway, speak to Kyoko one more time and then the investigation will begin. Like I said, it's a shorter investigation, roughly about half an hour, and then it's pretty much around almost an hour of just pure class trials, which is always entertaining. But it does get even more interesting when you find out what's actually going on. So let's go and take a look, shall we? The first stop is going to be the area of the school that we didn't access before. It's the second floor of the dorms. So once we've left the dining hall, we're going to turn around to face the dorms. There they are. Go forward and then take a turn on the right just before you get to the dorms. And you're going to see the 2F stairs on the bottom there. Remember, this was all gated up before. And now it's not. Which, again, that comes in handy if you want to go accessing stuff and not dying. So, this is why it's taken a while for it to come about. Repairs are not going as well as they thought. So, what we're going to do then, we're going to head all the way up. So, go basically straight. There's not obviously a lot we can do. We're just going to go straight up to the bathrooms. Take a right. Not take a right here. There's no access there. So, all the way up here. Take a right. And then we're just going to head into the headmaster's private room, which is going to be this room. And of course it doesn't say headmaster's private room because that would kind of give away the whole private room thing, wouldn't it? So go ahead and nip in here anyway. Few things to examine.
Correct. Indeed.
And the first of those things is going to be the computer just behind Kyoko. So let's see what let's see what filth the headmaster's been up to. How to bake origami cookies. Okay, that's not the filth I kind of expected. But I am interested in origami cookies, even if that's a thing. Right. So, more stuff. Interact with the hidden door. Fairly obvious hidden door in the wall, right in the center of it there. I wonder what filthy stuff he's got behind there. And then what we need to do then is pursue How to Open It by Kyoko. And there she is.
Indeed. However, it's true. Whew. What?
You know somebody's password is always going to be either the kid's name or ABC123, or you can't... Or just password, of course. That's always a popular one. Password is password. Right, so we examine the computer again. And Kyoko's going to be all like, "Hey, son of a bitch, I was trying to get rid of you." But now, of course, don't forget to put in peri chicken. Because that is the only way that opens up the door. With the famous password. Right, anyway, it was Kyoko Kirigiri. Honestly, I love that second name. It's funnily and cute. So we're going to go into the headmaster's secret room, right? What have we got here? A present and some pies. Very nice. Not the filth I was expecting from a headmaster. But there we go. That's fine. Right, so we're going to interact with the present on the table first. You can't interact with anything else until you've interacted with the present.
Dakota. Anyway.
Well, holy monkey, goddamn titty, goddamn dams. We need to speak to Kyoko first, actually. Before we can interact with the picture and stuff on the left. But imagine going through your whole life, having a great time, and then you just get killed and stuffed into a box. That's... I mean, there's... Not the particular box I'd like to be crammed into, but there we go. We all have our preferences.
So... Enough.
Now we can finally interact with the picture on the left.
Why?
And Kyoko's all like, "Ah, you son of a bitch, I was trying to cut ties with you. Not love you more." Anyway, interact with the desk here on the right.
Hey.
And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we can just go ahead and speak to Kyoko. But basically, if you wanted to know the bones, they do belong to the real headmaster. Now, if you can remember the rocket execution at the start of the game, you probably can't by now, but if you can... turns out that he was actually the one in the rocket execution at the start. So, oh boy, Monokuma, or the person behind Monokuma, really got its knickers in a twist, eh? So pursue favor here.
Hey, correct. Just a second.
Now, it would be interesting to see what you guys think, or who you guys think have done this. Because, of course, it has to be one of the 16 students, so let me know in the comments below if you had an inkling or an idea before we get to the big reveal later on. So now we're going to head to the locker room, so turn directly around, and the door is right here. If you turn to the right, and it's not the bathroom, it's the door with the big giraffe on it. Just to let you know, that is a locker room, so thank you whoever made a giraffe sticking out of a locker room. Good job. Right, again, few things to examine and take a little look at here. Now, the first thing, you're going to have a look at the locker on the left, the one that is not so damaged. Because because there's a few that we can interact with, but only one that we really, truly give a dumpy about. So we need to interact with it first, and then we need to interact with the same locker again for it to open up. And we're going to interact with the crystal ball. There we go. It's a big black ball. It's a chunky nut. So interact with that. And then what we're going to do is interact with the tarot card, which is basically a little blue box. Right, there's only 3 things to interact with in here. So we're basically going to interact with them all. The blue box next to the ball. And then after this, we are going to interact with the books on the shelf below. Right, while we're here, we might as well take a look at something else as well. So we're going to back out. Don't need to be in here anymore. Now, interact with the locker in the middle, which is the sort of third from the right. So, basically the sort of one... There's 2 that looks undamaged right there. It's the one on the left that you need to look at. And the only thing in here is a pocketbook, which we're going to interact with. And that is the end of that chapter. Or at least this part, anyway. Gerd. But we're going to leave all our Gerds for Lure to Earn. So what we're going to do is head to the data center, which is of course on the 4th floor. Yes, it is on the 4th floor. I thought I got that wrong then, but no, I'd never steer you wrong, right? Anyway, we're into the 4th door. Of course, we've been here in Chapter 5, where we realized that we were just being broadcast to the entire world. So all of Makoto's horniness for Sayaka and now Kyoto is being broadcast live to the entire world. Dirty pig. Right, examine the Monokuma door. Thank God, no bomb. Right, we can now examine the computer. Big computer, literally right in front of us. And after this small bit of dialogue, we can just head back. Now, if you'll notice, you can see a hatch that is below. Now, I didn't actually, to be honest, the first time I didn't see it, I completely missed it. I don't think you can actually open it up anyway, but it turns out, in just a little bit, as we're going to know, as Monokuma appears, but he's still off his nut. He's still all pilled up and stuff, off paracetamol, because he got a bad head. But, yeah, so we need to speak to Monokuma anyway, he's still going nuts. But as it turns out, the mastermind was hiding in the control room beneath the hatch on the floor. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't open from the outside anyway, so you wouldn't be able to have a look in. But that's unlucky. Red. So, yeah, we can try and examine the... Or we're going to go back in to the Computer room. God damn. Sorry, I had a complete mind blank there for a second.
Hey.
But... Cause so... Just a second.
Hey, yep. Yes, indeed.
You're a liar.
Too bad.
So... Huh? Sorry. Okay. You got it.
Big, god damn, we were so close. But of course, we're going to find out who it is in just a bit. Because that would have made the game a lot shorter. And, you know, you want to keep playing, don't you? You want to find out who it is. Not specifically to do 2 class trials, but there we go. Right, now we need to go down to the headmaster's office, which of course is in the sort of top right corner of the map. Here it is. And of course we can go in, because Sakura sorted us out with that, with a big, chunky, beautiful, bountiful muscles. The muscles from Brussels. The muscles from Austria. Right, so we need to speak to Byakuya and speak to him a couple of times and pursue a few options as well. First of all is something interesting.
So, in other words, I see. In other...
Next is going to be information about Mikuro.
What? That's fun. Stop talking. It's all clear now.
And finally, make sure to pursue the word advice.
In other words...
After we're done speaking to Boya, we're going to examine the desk, and now we are going to be done here. So we are literally about, I'd say about 15 minutes away now from just starting the proper class trials again. So again, not a lot of investigation going on, but that's fine. So let's leave the area, and we're going to now go to the biolab on the very 5th of the very floor. There it is, biolab. It's flipping raw. Pure Gordon Ramsay little quote right there. Ah, fantastic. Right, so a few things to have a look at then. We're going to look at the tarps first, which are on the ground to the left. Kind of looks like sheets. Tarps, of course, American and Britain language barrier is just, well, it's non-existent, isn't it? Have a look at the freezers on the left, right here, and then have a look at the freezers on the right. You'll notice that 9 have lights and the others do not. So look at the freezers on the left first, then the right. Then we're going to have a look at the freezers on the left once more. I don't think I think we actually have to look at the desk first, I believe. Yes. So we have to look at the desk first to get a little bit of instruction manualing. That's good. And I think we can now look at the freezers on the left again. No, I think he does it automatically anyway. So there we go. So now we're all good. So as long as you've got the 2 bits of evidence there for your truth bullets. Again, just double check to be sure. But I think it's... no, we're all good. We've got the 2 bits of evidence that we need. So we're all good. So now we can just leave out of here. And we're going to head to the dojo now down the hall. So turn directly around, of course. From here, head right. And then it's going to be, of course, on your left, right. Meow. Nope, that's the garden. Turn around, donkey butt. Donkey butt for brains, there we go. Right, nothing to check on here. We're just going to have a little chat with Toko Moloko upon entering.
What? What's...
Well, damn, girl, that's Toko often, that isn't she? But we've all pretty much established that by now, eh? So we'll go back. We're going to head to the garden now. So, of course, turn straight around and go into the bright, shining, white light. One thing to notice in this garden, though, is that the body, with the big erection flower right there, has now disappeared. Oh, no. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, immediately what we're going to do then is just enter the tool shed, of course, which is on to the left. So, enter said tool shed, and we can go in the tool shed. It's pretty straightforward. 2 things we need to examine here. There is now some white tarp that is in here, which there wasn't before. So, the sheet-looking thing there, it's called YARP. Tarp. So, interact there with the YARP. And then, after this one, what we're going to do is interact with the pickaxe. The same one that we checked before, the one with the writing on it in the left corner. There it is. And we are going to leave. Now, we're going to leave to the hallway. So, leave to the garden and then leave the big massive flower, the big blue pill flower alone. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a cheeky announcement from Monokuma, who wants to give us a hint. But we have to go to the gym to go and get it. So, we'll be teleported straight to the gym. Yasuhiro is going to act a bit weird, and then we can actually enter the gym. So, I wonder what we can do. Well, luckily, there is an envelope with our name on it, just at the bottom left corner. So, what you're going to do is pick that up, and of course, we're going to check it out.
What are you gonna do? Unveil.
So how very, very weird. There was a group photo of everyone except Makoto. Now it's starting to get weird. So, quick couple of stops to visit. First is the archives in the libraries. That's what we're going to head for first. For some reason, I'm getting confused as to exactly where it is, but it is on the Hope's Peak 2nd floor. There it is. So, go to the archives, and then all we're going to do here is speak to Byakuya. Why is everybody avoiding us this time? We survived death and Kyoko loves me again, so... Oh, fancies me. Anyway, next we're heading to the dining hall to go and speak to Ayo Asahina. Yo, Wes. And there she is in the dining hall, 1st floor. Go and speak to Ahina. Oh, what the hell's going on this time? Right, now we need to go to the garden, which of course is on the 4th floor. So head to the garden, and then what we're going to do is go ahead and speak to Yasuhiro, or the 5th floor. God damn it, why don't I get confused with that? Anyway, speak to Hiro. We're going to basically have no luck talking to anyone, so we need to go to the biolaboratory once again. Now, do you say laboratory or laboratory? Why are Americans and British so, you know, bad at fisting each other? No, wait, I shouldn't say it like that. Why is the language barrier such a difference? Aluminium? What? I don't get it. Anyway, 5th floor, biolab, of course. And Toko is going to be in there. Fair play, Toko and Genocide Jill are literally hot and cold, eh? So, we will examine Toko anyway. At least she's not going to be pissed off with us, because she's fainted. Oh, and there she is, never mind. Hello, Genocide. Genocide Jill. I don't know whether to be frightened or horny again. I think we're going to be a bit frawny. God damn. Anyway, after Toko, Genocide Jill, is done talking, and her memory's been added to your notebook, we are going to examine. There's going to be a dead body when we turn to the right just a little bit, and we can see her sticking out the freezer. Thank you, GJ. So yeah, turn to the right then, and you can see the obvious body. So go ahead and interact with that. And then what you need to do is pursue Mukuro's body when we speak to Kyoko. So pursue Mukuro's body.
Listen. It would seem I knew it. Indeed. It would seem... Anyway... Makoto. Listen. I see. So... Makoto. So then...
Right there, next up, we're going to look at the freezers which are on the left, the ones with the active lights. Basically, we're going to notice that there are 9 active lights. And then finally, what we're going to do is examine the same tarps from before, the ones that are on the floor. We are actually coming up close now to the end of the investigation. We're about 5 minutes or so away. So all we got to do from here now is speak to Kyoko as soon as this is done, and we need to pursue a couple of conversations. So when we go ahead and speak to our favorite Coco Peri Peri Chicken Lady.
Because... Indeed.
So go ahead and pursue report, and then for the next one we need to pursue the condition of the body.
Is that right? Wrong. Listen. Right. In other words... Hey. So... Indeed. Indeed. And... So then... Why? Hey. Whew. So then...
Until we meet again, my love. But anyway, what you're going to do is speak to Kyoko again. Oh, wait, I went a little premature ejac right there.
I see. And? Because... What? If that's true... Makoto. So... Makoto. So... Anyway... Makoto. In other words... However... Why? Whew. Hey. Makoto. So then...
So there we go then, we had to speak to her to get the DVD and ask her about the pocketbook, but once again this time, until we meet again, my love. Okay, now the premature was mature. So from here then, what we're going to do, we're going to head to the AV room, which if you remember is on the first floor. So she's given us a DVD to check out. Now this will be entertaining. So let us go. Hopeless Peak first floor, it should have the exclamation mark, there it is, so the AV room. So, all you got to do left is, this is the final thing by the way, so all we need to do now is just examine the control panel in front of us, watch the DVD, and, well, then it is time for a couple of class trials.
I do apologize. I never really got the so this video, it's not that I... Now then, there is a chance that you... Well, I can promise you that... So, Makoto, before... Yes. Makoto, there's a chance... I'm sorry I'm putting... But I promise that as long as...
Say what? Too bad.
That's right. It would seem... Hey.
Oh, wow. So, interviews with all the students. They agreed to basically spend the rest of their lives at the academy, even if it meant being totally shut off from the outside world. What's funny though is before seeing absolutely everyone, if you noticed, Monokuma cut the power off so we couldn't see everyone. So, obviously, like I said, it's one of these 16 students. There are quite a few that we didn't see, so still quite a lot in the air. I wonder if you figured out who it might be yet. But it also did support Kyoko's theory, remember? Where she said, what did you do to my body? Well, we lost all our memories. Everybody, all 16 lost their memories. Right. So, we're going to go through the big red door. Everyone's going to be a bit nasty towards each other, which is fine, just fine. Well, that's fine. Well, it's not really fine, but still, it's fine. Anyway, after all this is done, we can just head down. We've got no skill points to use or anything, so we're just going to head down the elevator and straight into it. No new features or mechanics in this one. It's pretty much everything that we've done before.
Yes! Well now. Thrills! Chills!
That's fine.
Today.
Stop talking.
You die.
In the name of my...
Hey. However. So...
Since this will be the final class trial, if you can figure out Mukuru, but if then, and of course, wait.
Are you saying that and that's final? No.
Never mind all that.
Oh, you're.
Is the mastermind? Don't bother. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? I'm right, aren't I?
Alright, baby, let's do this thing. Right, first of all then, it is a truth bullet. Now, the answer is going to be group photo, so remember, of course, to press and hold the left bumper to go up. And then put it up to group photo, and the target we need to shoot is The Three of Us by Yasuhiro. So remember, when Yasuhiro is shooting, it's The Three of Us. Which, of course, I will let you know. It's coming up. Right, shoot now. Again, this time, it's not going to be so difficult, but it does get a little bit trickier in terms of spinning words and everything like that. So, like I said, obviously if you miss, that's fine, because you can just press the B button, skip through the dialogue until we just get back to that point, but, you know.
But that can't be right. See? I'm the only one not in it.
Hero.
Okay, but...
So the secret in these...
Secret or whatever, I don't care.
You're the ones trying.
So the whole purpose behind the mastermind laid a trap. A trap?
Next up is a cheeky little reasoning, and the answer is the ones who got the photos. So the ones who got the photos...
I got it! In each case. So, in the picture Hina got, she's the... And in the picture Hiro got, he's...
As long as we're talking...
In other words, Monokuma gave.
Yeah,
Listen, it's not.
Yeah.
Kind of a lot to take in this picture. For some reason, Sakura's punching a fish. Yasuhima's gone for a... Not Yasuhira. Luffy, he's going for a dive. There's bikini-clad everyone, and Makoto sort of on his own. It's the Sakura punching a fish thing that done it for me. But anyway, see if you can see, before they get it, see the similarities between each picture. There's one hidden thing that's happened in each picture. Be interesting.
Can you just forget about the...
And on top of that...
It's got it, huh?
Is that
Time for another H-Man's Gambit now, and the answer, what we're looking for, is amnesia. So we need to get M first. So M for monkey balls, or just monkey. There it is. E. So we'll find the E, S. There's it, and an A. So amnesia. A-M-N-E-S-I-A. There's the A. Job done.
Stan? Let's say that somehow.
As if.
Right, so next up then is the another truth bullet. The answer is going to be interview DVD. So there's 5 options to choose from this time. So it's interview DVD. And then the target to shoot is I Remember Everything by Asahina. So I Remember Everything. There it is, shoot it now.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only. This DVD.
You're not gonna show us some...
No. It's a video.
When you say, you lie!
No, it's not a lie.
I didn't imagine.
It's not about...
Well, we don't have...
How can you say that?
To be honest, I have... You said the deep... What were the inner...
The headmaster sat each.
What kind of question?
And?
We say no!
Actually. Even me.
Why?
I don't know.
The same goes for every...
It doesn't matter if even if I...
Insane or not.
What?
I know it sounds absurd.
Yeah, you.
This is all...
You stole those specific.
Oopsie. Of course.
How? If I said it was hypnot, would you really believe?
The interview with the headmaster...
Of course there was a purpose. You mean the...
That has something to do...
Right, next up then is another truth bullet. Monokuma Control Room this time is the answer. So there it is, right at the very top there. So hold the left bumper, of course, and go up to Monokuma Control Room. And then we need to shoot 1,000,000 miles away by Toko. So when Toko's talking, shoot the target 1,000,000 miles away. So, like I said, that is 1,000,000 miles away from Toko. She's going to be Tokoing in just a little bit. There she is. So 1,000,000 miles away is here. Bam.
No, it's wrong. There's no question that in the back of the day, the mastermind must have been.
There can't be any... So if the mastermind is in the school...
So weird.
Well, it's not me!
What? What?
Oh, I get it. The only...
Wait!
The mastermind's true identity will become clear.
Rather than wasting time bickering...
Yeah, well, how...
He's right.
Right, a little bit of reasoning this time. The answer is the other wounds. So there it is. So the other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body.
She's not weird, okay?
And we've got another truth bullet coming up. So the first answer then is going to be Mikuro Ikusaba's profile, which should be in the middle, so we should be good to go for that one. Now we need to shoot the target, all those wounds in battles by Toko. So all those wounds in battle. I mean, Toko's talking. There it is. So shoot it now. Oh, just got away with that. See, I'm not just a one-shot wonder, you know. Never mind.
No, the file we found in the head. Despite the time she spent in back.
Don't be too.
Anyway, in which case, unless it.
But if that's what...
That's exactly what it was.
So then, what about... Makoto... If Mukuro had already been dead for...
Next up then, it's another reasoning, and the answer is the mastermind. So that is the mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the... When we discovered Mukuro... I naturally assumed it wasn't her at all.
Oh, don't mind me. Let's start off your assumption that I had the true identity of the mask.
And we're coming up to my least favourite thing now, which is the absorb bullet. So it's Monokuma talking both times, but we need to absorb the answer right hand and shoot it was Mikuro Ikusaba. So as soon as he says, so don't shoot yet. Of course, what we need to do is going to start talking about left hand, right hand, etc, etc. There we go. So make sure to absorb the right hand answer. And then we're obviously going to go... The hips don't lie. But anyway, so you've absorbed the right hand, that's fine. What we need to shoot now is it was Mikuro Ikusaba. So shoot now. Mukuro!
Mukuro had attacked a representation of fate, but I saw the right... And there was no... So there's no...
But that still doesn't...
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and...
Yeah! We were...
But what about Kyoko? Uh-oh! No.
If you insist.
Huh?
What do you think? Awful, isn't it?
I thought you didn't want anyone to see.
If it means we get another step closer. My scars. Makoto.
No. Not...
Then this much has... There can be no doubt.
Sorry.
Not at all.
Because if you haven't...
On the contrary. And after she died...
She was.
Reasoning time. Right, the next answer is the biolab. So choose the biolab.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably... That's right. It's...
Then you're also saying...
And for the next evidence then, make sure to be picking TARP. So press the Y button when you're on TARP, and that is that bit of evidence. Next, we're going to be coming up to our next final strike bullet time battle. Again, there's nothing new in here. Just remember that we're going to press the right bumper as soon as we start and do what we've done before.
Killer moved the body.
You may.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body...
But you seem to be getting pretty worked
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has
Talking?
Such a child.
You're... Don't tell... So what?
Why are you...
Your mom, your...
Calm down, Makoto.
So here it is coming up then. So remember, as soon as we begin, we're going to press the right bumper and just keep spamming the A and Y buttons as normal. You know what to do.
Now that's impossible! Are you sure about that's impossible? Ah! What? What do you want? That's impossible!
And for the final answer then, the answer is Biolab Lights. So hold the left bumper and go to Biolab Lights and press Y to shoot. There we go.
The inconsistency. What are you... Like I said before. And as part of that...
And it was set up so that when...
In other words, if the blue...
But I counted up the number of blue...
So go ahead for the next reasoning. We're going to choose the answer 10 lights. So 10 lights is all it takes. Wow, wow.
10 of the lights should have been on.
That's simple.
But according to the lights in the box...
You're seeing a dead body!
I think they wanted to do that. And yet...
It may very well be including...
And for the next reasoning, make sure to choose the same person was killed twice. That is, the same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about it? The same person officially murdered him? If that's the case, there could easily...
Sounds like you're already convinced.
It was Mukuro.
And that's why the body had to be...
No, that's crazy talk. Besides, who could that...
All you have...
Because...
And we've got the very, very fun thing again, which is the absorb bullet. So Monokuma is going to be speaking both times. So what we need to do is absorb Junko Enoshima. So as soon as you see Junko, so now press and hold the Y button to absorb that. And then we need to shoot the option murdered twice. So murdered twice is what we need to shoot. That one's funny. So it's going to be coming up. There we go. Shoot murdered twice.
No, it's wrong. Junko.
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her?
And Mukuro died from a number...
Yes, and those are the only fatal... That explains why those...
So let me see if I... Junko, or someone going by that name. Then her body was kept in the... Only this time, it was...
It all matches up, right?
It's really true.
Yeah.
It means that there haven't...
And that's the true identity?
Who is it?
We already know the answer to that. She took you and made it look like so total silent.
Righty-mo. Next up, it's going to be the next truth bullet. And the answer is Mikuru Ikusaba's profile. So make sure again to press and hold the left bumper and go down to Ikusaba's profile. And shoot the answer wasn't Mukuro by Toko. There we go, straight away, pretty much.
No. The body we found in the garden was Mukuro. The body's appearance and measurement, right, Kyo?
Everything in her profile...
But...
Now it is the moment of truth, yeah? We need to choose someone. So we need to make sure to choose Junko Enoshima. Is she the one behind this whole thing? Well, let's find out. But we definitely need to choose Junko Enoshima.
My answer. Junko is still alive.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead. But we saw her get impaled. If Junko were still alive... But you yourself confirmed...
She was dead.
So...
It must be.
Then you're with.
This case hasn't been. You haven't given up.
No!
Junko, absolutely.
I think we need to look at. Let's assume Junko is.
So for this next Hangman's Gambit then, the word that we're looking for is replaced. Replaced. So obviously, again, I just assume it's always been the same, but we're looking for E, and L, and then A. Come on, A. Oh, there he is. E, and D finally. So replaced. R-E-P-L-A-S. Oh my god, I can't even spell. R-E-P-L-A-C-E-D. Try that one again.
That's it! What if she switched places? That's right! Which is why the body's height and weight and everything
That had to be Junko who got...
Yeah. Right when she was,
Now, detective, how do you suppose you figured this one out? Well, they switched at the beginning, is what we need to choose. They switched at the beginning. And I'm a detective, so I know. I say I know, I'm not really that detective-y, I just work some stuff out. Right, 3 things left to do, then the closing argument, and then it's the second sort of class trial with the person who is behind the whole thing, which, I mean, if you're not getting it, it's fairly obvious where this is headed. But damn!
When we first met, so Mukuro could have simply... And we never would have... That would easily allow the...
Wait! But... Junko never...
She could have hidden it with foundation. If she did, it likely melted away. Plus, there were the fake nails. They were the same fake red nails she was... But too bad for you, Monokuma.
Wait, so...
The reason such an elapsed...
In other words, it would be
What's wrong?
I think he's just afraid.
fear.
Then why?
Don't get angry, get even. And that's what we're going to do with the interview DVD. So that's the next bit of evidence we need to present, the interview DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room... You made sure I couldn't finish what is because you didn't want...
Oh, yeah! If everyone...
And if Makoto's, it would have been totally up to that whole power.
Right, another bullet time battle. You know the trick. As soon as you start, press the right bumper and go nuts.
Punishment is wait. Are you sure? You're getting all riled. That's impossible.
But the final answer is group photo. So press and hold the left bumper, go to group photo, and then press the Y button. Now...
The video wasn't the only thing you... I noticed it just a little while in all the photos.
Right, guys, have you figured out the similarities yet between each picture? That's right, it's Junko's face gets hidden in every picture. So for the next reasoning, we need to choose Junko's face. But it's not an unusual face, I was just born with it, I can't help it.
It's hard to believe her face would just... So in other words... With all that... Because if we could have... That the Junko in the picture...
I believe everything Makoto...
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look...
And she's the one behind this whole Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the clock.
Don't bother trying this. There's no more room.
Right then, now it is time for the final closing argument of the main game, or the game at all. So, first things first, there's only 8 to do, but the first one is Junko and Mukuro's faces. Now, again, this can be a slightly confusing one, but it is the faces. It's this one right here. And there we go. Right, second is going to be the blackened pulling the body out of the biolab freezer. So again, obviously, like I've said in previous videos, the images down below are in a random order for you. But that is the one we need, the blackened pulling the freezer out of the biolab. Next is going to be just the survival knife. I see you played Knifey Spoony before. Survival knife. The fourth one is Kyoko catching the master assailant in Makoto's room. Basically, we can see the back of Kyoto. So it's not this one. So this is where it can get awfully potentially confusing, but it is not this one. So Kyoko catching the master assailant in Makoto's room is the one with the back of Kyoto's head. So it's going to be that one instead. So that be the one. Okay. Now I did end up sort of not messing about, but there were the two images did confuse me slightly, but it is definitely this one here, the one with Kyoto's back of her head. So apologies there that I kind of took my time with that one. Next up is the master assailant escaping Kyoko with Kyoko facing us. So the one that I thought was the fourth one is actually the fifth one, which is this one. So Kyoko facing towards us. Next is blackened putting mask on the dead body. So again, there are two images which you may get confused by, but it is the blackened putting the mask on the dead body. So it is that one. Mask, Oroni, there we go. Right, next is the students standing around the masked dead body before it blew up. So obviously when she's got her whole nice white gown with her dead stuff inside her. And the students around the dead body after the explosion, where she's looking a bit charred. A bit chicken char grill kebab style for me. Anyway, smash through, of course, this next part. And then we have finally basically figured out what has happened. The mastermind appears. And we go in for part 2 of the class trials. Again, it's not that long. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you've kind of fed up of doing goddamn class trials by now.
But it wasn't long before she died at the Junko. Her body was kept in up until Junko. Junko dragged the body. She fabricated. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to. So she put on a mask. After making sure I'd got. Finally, by strapping a. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even...
Over. Did you really think the story would end?
Oh my god, it's Junko! Junko is the ultimate despair! Junko, you're the one who killed us all! You! Son of a goddamn! But, you know, at least you're attractive, so you can get away with it, that's fine. If it was me, then I'd probably be dead straight away, but, you know, that's why attractive people are attractive. Just to purely get away with stuff. I think that's written somewhere right in the Bible. Anyway, we're going to choose no thanks. This is basically part 2. Sorry, just getting ahead of myself with Bible talk right there. So we've got like 6 or 7 reasonings that we've already kicked off with then. Junko is off her complete nut, as you'll be able to tell by different menu voices. Choose before arriving at school for this reasoning.
I got it! That's right! It was before I ever came to this... And...
Wow, you have a pretty good
Then what you told me...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary. I'm me. And she tried her best. 2 people can never become... So basically the older sister...
She's a totally different...
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself. But if you're twin... Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask... Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but just make up whatever answer you want.
But if she was your... Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone, the so-called mastermind, had... Because naturally, she... So, I decided I could have let her... Of course, it was atrociously clear. And that's... Sadly, her inability to match my... Being the utter disappointment that... Which is precisely why... Well, no, of course...
If I planned everything out and you just...
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one just as I suspected.
Well, you're right! There's no way...
You sacrificed your...
Please, no, I felt despair when I was born. Like, we're just those kinds of people. We've always been filled with...
That's not true. That's why it gets me so... Killing my precious sister with me. It's like super...
What the hell?
And my sister too. She must have died feeling... I'm so...
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary...
Turning your own despair and...
Like, Genocide Jill is
You're saying I don't compare, so I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly...
No, I don't think there's... What did you just say?
Are you talking about our...
You've already solved this, miss. Maybe you should solve...
Damn straight!
Alright, then let's...
When the group pictures... I got it!
No fair!
Next up, after a long bit of conversation right there, make sure to choose the motives that Monokuma came up with. So that's the motives that Monokuma came up with.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to...
It was stupid of me to... So then, let me... Did you notice that each motive... Yep, you got it.
I mean, I say it's a long conversation. It's pretty worth it to figure out what the hell's going on. But anyway, it's human connections is the next answer. Human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us.
Each video showed the total destruction. For example, I ruined all those relationships, but still.
You're the one that...
Yes, well.
The next reasoning answer will be the past. So there it is. The past, the past, the pasta.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Embarrassing memory...
So, how...
So... Well...
Next reasoning answer is going to be greed. Greed. Read.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it?
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste...
What's the point of all this?
Now, can you tell me the motive?
Next up, the answer is going to be betrayal. So bet rail.
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precise. Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal. Anyway, it looks...
But what's the point?
Relationship? These are all pretty standard motives.
In fact, there are... This is what... Just as war... And that...
How much longer is this stupid... Weren't we...
What I'm trying to...
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our...
Which means if we did have...
But it's not enough. I put so much effort in... Okie dokie. Like...
You mean... So something really...
Now are you interested in what... See your fate? Behold!
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous.
Dude, what in the goddamn nipple balls going on right now? Anyway, we are now off the reasonings. We're going into a truth bullet section now. So, all fun. So, Genocide Jack's memory is the first answer here. So again, hold left bumper, go to Genocide Jack's memory. And we need to shoot the answer, Nobody Can Remember Anything by Toko. So when Toko's talking, it is Nobody Can Remember Anything. Me neither. So when, again, like I said, when it's Toko talking, Nobody Can Remember Anything is what we need to shoot. It's coming up, coming up. Right, there we go, shooting out. Oh, just got there ahead of the white noise purple dialogue. Yat.
Actually, the other Toko. Two of them share certain even...
What do you say?
Are you... No!
Da-da-da-da! It's me, your friendly...
I'm going to ask you a question.
Huh? What?
The video.
Oh, nice to...
That's enough!
Aye, aye, Roger, you...
Well?
Of course it...
Then you remember all...
Of course...
So you didn't lose your...
Then why didn't you... I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask...
Oh my god, she...
More importantly, the tragedy. Just answer the question.
Well, I can't really say, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase?
Because it's all because of that... Are you serious? I'm talking... The world's been destroyed!
Explain yourself. Tell us.
Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event... I guess you could say what... But it was more of... Either way, there's no end as a result. The world turned out the way it did. And
That's all there is to it?
what Miss Moreau saw it all...
How could the world just end? Oh, come on.
It's the story of the...
Right, only one answer to choose this time. The Tagami family fell. You can choose either 1, 2, or 3. Either way, Byakuya's going to be like, my family fell. Well, did they get back up?
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it!
So, no matter what you pick... Anyway...
What?
Stop with...
Sob! And said with...
They couldn't possibly be gone.
Hold on. There's no way that happened. I mean, we only came to... If some kind of thing...
Well, it sounds like you...
I also just realised I think I got a bit of Junko in me. Not like that. She makes up stupid accents. So do I. She's nuts. I'm nuts. Well, right. Anyway, we need to choose Our Life at Hope's Peak now. So Our Life at Hope's Peak. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mind if Junko looked like that in real life, she can go inside me anytime she... right, so, anyway. Let us move on. We've done the next two reasonings. And next up is going to be another truth bullet. The first answer is Locker Notebook. So, Locker Notebook. It's got to be Locker Notebook, okay? There it is, not Pocketbook. So, Locker Notebook. And then a single class is what we need to shoot by Yasuhiro. So again, when Yasuhiro is talking, it is a single class. So it's coming, it's coming. Yeah. No, bro. Sucks balls. Right, there we go. Single class, shoot.
No, it's wrong. Kira, There's something. This notebook right here.
Huh?
I found it in the lobby.
Sure, whatever you want.
What's that?
It's kinda. This is. But how is this? No.
It looks like you act, but somehow.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no
And who's talking?
It's mine. But just like Hero.
Isn't it just so desperately dark?
2 years of school life. How many milk at the biggest you absorbed? Oh,
What?
Everyone always talks big.
What are you talking?
in a way.
Yeah, so figure out the rest of your...
Figure out where your memories come.
And the next reasoning is when I fainted. So when I fainted,
I got it! And then I lost my memories. When I first
Wow! And your sense of time got all messed up.
after I passed out.
But instead,
You got it, honey.
When everyone met for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you.
But by that point, that's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
and it was all so you could escape into.
You're the one who set things up to. What?
It's only natural that I would fall.
All about the idea we came up with as the. Let's go back in time 2 years. School life during that first year. Oh boy, it was. Everyone was enjoying themselves.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after the big all and as you can imagine, the school was no exception. It was none. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like everyone is capable of it.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy...
and for the next and final reasoning, the answer is the headmaster. So make sure to choose the headmaster, and then we've got our final Hangman's Gambit coming up.
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope Peak Academy. He wanted to protect. That's why he asked us to say that we were willing.
We believe he had...
Yeah.
That's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But for you. So what?
Wow, it would seem that there's a little bit left.
And the answer for said Hangman's Gambit is hijack. Hifumi Halloumi head right there, just close to us. So hijack it is, so we need to just find the I and the J. That's all we gotta do. There's an I, there's the I, and there's the swimming pool. And there's the J. So, hi Jack. Hello Jax, how are you out there?
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
The world watched as you... Despair is as contagious as any disease.
So you just used us?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily...
Think about it.
And no argument, no understanding.
But there's no real reason. You say the world...
Until you see it with your... If so...
Well, you...
I didn't. That's why.
Say what you want about Hook.
No! You stole our memory.
We certainly have it, but we don't.
Even if you don't, you
You'll have to stay.
You mean?
She's saying she'll let us live.
Enter a world fallen from.
What do you say?
Wait a sec! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? So, here's what'll happen.
What?
Do you mean to say?
And I get to Makoto!
Yeah, you've been acting.
So let me make this clear. If a single person votes for hope, then I will force.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest.
No!
It's okay.
Besides, what? That's why you tried to trap. The least you can do.
Kyoko!
One person's just.
So, who do you think's gonna give in?
No one. We're not!
So boring. It's time for the
Right then, there's a few absorb bullets in a row now, but it's not like earlier, so we don't actually have to pick an answer, so do not worry about picking an answer here. All we have to do is absorb the word hope with what Makoto says, and then we have to just shoot the dots on everyone. So hold the hope here, so absorb the word hope, and then first of all, we are going to do it to Hero. So shoot the dots on Hero. And then we're just going to do that for everyone. So we need to do this another 5 times with Hina, Toko, Byakuya, and Kyoko.
But to live, they want to keep on. No matter what. The whole.
So every time this happens, we'll go back to here. So absorb hope once again. And then, of course, with the next person, looks sad and has a couple of dots. So this time it's going to be Asahina. And it's coming. It's coming. Then you just need to shoot the 3 dots. So again, just keep doing this until you shoot all 3 dots for everyone, until everyone has restored hope. And it's that easy, apparently. You've just got to absorb the word hope and stick it in you. Job done.
Yeah! We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. The sun, by the way, the only reason is thanks to the egg. Say whatever you want. If I die, the purifiers will spring. In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been living will come. Meh.
Don't lose hope now.
Actually, I may not look like. No matter. Oh, but no matter what.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living as long as I have. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death.
Don't lose hope now.
What's the matter? It never even. I just have to keep my word. Besides, so until I can
we won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
The sun.
By the way, the only reason we're is thanks to the earth. Say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all been living. I can keep on living. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the map.
So, what even will you just die?
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know.
So this is the final thing that we have to do now. It's the final bullet time battle. Now this one goes quite quickly, so you have to be, you know, pretty much on it. Again, like I said, press the right bumper as soon as we begin and go for it as quickly as you possibly can.
And against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you? You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck. So uncool.
You're unbearable.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
when you finally get here, we can just press the Y button to do the final strike. We don't have to change it. It is the ultimate hope. And that's the end of that chapter. So, Junko, unbelievably then, was found guilty for killing her sister and being the mastermind. She does end up keeping her part of the deal and ends up getting herself executed, as you'll be able to see. What I'll just say before that, as we begin, as we get the results in now. So roughly, once again, if you've done everything correctly and as well as you possibly can, you can get around 130 to 136 I got right there, so that's a pretty decent effort. Now, when she dies, that's it. We don't have to play anything. This is it now. This is literally the end. So we can watch the final execution. It's a pretty good one in terms of executions, to be fair. But basically, when she dies, the school air filtration in the school will stop, meaning the students cannot stay even if they wanted to. So, yeah, we gotta end up leaving. So, unlucky junk bag.
Well, that's just... So this... And now
Anyway.
Totally
Not...
Hey. How...
No. There's one last... It's fine.
It can't be.
Stop it! How many times? Don't get in my way! So this is how I want every lap. Okay, let's... I've reserved an extra... Let's give it everything.
Danganronpa.
Hey. Makoto.
So...
Indeed.
If, on the other hand...
I will force you out. In other words...
But...
It's true.
Yes.
My beautiful...
Huh?
That's enough.
Anyway... In other words, am I wrong?
You got it!
Hey.
Okay.
Could it be... How about that?
Ooh!
Makoto.
Well, but hey.
You know how...
Things are getting like I said at the and...
So, right, so Monokuma's the headmaster, okay? What we really want to give a crap about, though, is did Kyoko and Makoto get together? So, you can find out in, like, there's the anime, manga, and sort of the other, obviously, Danganronpa games as well. But, from what I've read, it seems heavily implied that they did get together, which is awesome! Which is all we wanted through the game, and obviously to live. But anyway, that is the end of this one. Chapter 6 is done, but we do have school mode to go, so thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. I will see you in school mode. Big love.